A once common bird of India that has now become a rare sighting. After losing 95% of their population, how do vultures survive? Come with me and let's live with the vultures. We spent days inside the rural parts of India studying vultures, and this one trip has completely changed my perspective on conservation. Join me on my journey to study vultures, where we help Shane experience some Indian culture. We explore the vulture habitats, the animals they share it with, and the threats they are facing. Find something unexpected in the middle of nowhere. Discover some ancient art and weird natural phenomenon. So stay with us cause this ride is going to be wild. But first, let's show our guest Shane a little bit of India.
Okay. It tastes very good.
But his stomach won't like it, alright.
You can skip to this timestamp to start the vulture journey because in this part I'm just helping Shane navigate India. We'll find out tomorrow.
Damn, is that quick?
So we're on our way to Madhya Pradesh and I've been showing Shane around the train.
Yes.
And what do you have to say about the train?
There's a lot of different movement that's been happening ever since we got from the train station. I feel like I'm still trying to adjust to how many people there are and all the stuff that's happening, but it's been an adventure.
So from the time I've met Shane, he takes his time and writes something. I have no idea what he's writing. So can you tell us what you're writing?
Yeah. So I like being able to take notes and document how I'm feeling, different experiences that I've had, and it makes it so that I can go back and reflect on it in the future too.
Are you like an academically good student? Were you like a good student academically?
Oh no, I was a terrible student. But like I said, I have a PhD. I have passion, humility, and drive. Drawing and different stuff too.
Oh wow, this is so cool.
Yeah. So a lot of it started from me. I used to do drawing, and it started from. That's how I originally started learning about plants.
You do this?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
So now I've been trying to make a field guide, how I'm doing stuff. So I've been documenting all the plant species I found. And this is the first time I've been this organized. Don't be fooled. This has been years in the making to make it like this.
Journaling is one of the best habits a naturalist could have. Kudos to Shane for maintaining one. Our first stop, Jabalpur. And we are at Jabalpur. How could I not let Shane try some Indian railway snacks?
No, you're right. It really is just like a deep fried sandwich.
Really? You like it?
You know what it reminds me of? Have you ever had falafel?
Next time you eat a vada pav, remember it tastes like a falafel. Yeah, that's basically this. But most of the vegetables here are potatoes. Okay, so we are traveling now from Jabalpur to Rewa and Nitish has picked us up. Hi Nitish. Hi. So Nitish is from the last Vulture and he's going to show us a lot of vultures. And the Shane sitting confused. He's sitting blank without any expression.
I know.
The real steam engine, huh?
This is real steam. It was working. I don't know now it will work or not. It's roughly 100 years old.
Here we picked Uday and Druhan who will also be a part of our journey. So we haven't even reached, we are on the way and we have already started seeing a lot of animals, a lot of birds. It's pretty cool.
There is a nesting colony close by. Landing. If they don't have that headspace, they will either collide with that or they can even die because it's quite.
We are moving across the Vindhya ranges of India, an ancient mountain range found in central India. At 650 million years old, this mountain is older than the Himalayas and the Western Ghats. We made our way deep into the rural part of northern MP to find vultures. The landscape here is absolutely beautiful. The rock formation and the forest tell us about its ancient history. That is me unsuccessfully trying to film a vulture in the distance. And even after a lot of effort, we could barely find anything. At least the landscape was beautiful. Barely visible, we could see a few vultures flying in the distance. So we decided to head to a new location. But what is that? A free ranging dog. This is not a good sign. This could be one reason why we did not find any vultures here. So we moved to another location to continue our search. Hopefully we find what we are looking for.
There's no space.
Okay, this is an interesting sign. The vultures might be close. There they are, circling above us in the hundreds. This is the first time I am seeing this many vultures from this close. So we decided to camp here in order to observe them. And boy, they are scary up close. I am intimidated by their bulk. These are terrifyingly beautiful birds. With a wingspan of 10 feet, this thing is absolutely massive. And despite the negative publicity they get, these are complex organisms with complex interactions. And they can be a little territorial. I think the Egyptian vulture is one of the coolest birds I've ever seen. They are also called the pharaoh's chicken, which is not a very cool name, but come on guys, look at them. The species of vultures that we found here were the Egyptian vulture, the Himalayan griffin, the Eurasian griffin, and the long-billed vulture. After that, we had a traditional welcome.
You can open your eyes, dude. You don't have to close your eyes. You know.
Namaste. The same thing?
You can say namaste. Yeah.
Namaste.
And how could I not let Shane try some Indian food?
This is Shane trying Indian food.
तो टोटली ये ऑर्गेनिक है अपने खेत से.
That's good. I get the mustard seed.
Oh, you get the mustard. Okay.
Traditional house. Like, this is the first time I'm seeing this. We've seen this in movies. And if you see outside, there's a field. Then there's a tractor. Dog that I showed you, this guy, he playfully comes and he bites your ankles.
Next morning, we ventured out to learn a little more about how these vultures live. The habitat they live in, the neighbors they share it with, and the food they eat, as well as the problems they face. Vultures share their habitat with a lot of animals, and despite their massive size and scary appearance, they don't really harm anyone. In fact, they are known as the cleanup crew of nature. They eat up the dead animals, keeping the environment clean. Cattle carcasses disposed by the farmers are a primary source of their food here. And this exactly was the reason for the near demise of the population of vultures in India. Diclofenac, a now banned painkiller that was given to cattle, can cause some side effects in mammals. But to vultures and birds of prey, it is extremely toxic. Usage of this drug nearly decimated the vulture population in India and the neighboring countries. Although the drug is banned for the same reason, its usage is far from stopped, and many vultures still die due to it.
Diclofenac, which mammals are able to process, vultures are not, birds are not. It stays in their system, it keeps accumulating, and it is toxic for them over time. That has been like causing a massive drop in the vulture population.
But there is another problem that exists, and this one is not hidden from the public eye.
Broken down. So if you, I don't want you to touch it, but if you just pick it up and do this, the plastic will become microplastic right away.
Wow.
It will just shower, start sprinkling.
So this was the last thing that it did.
Yes. This is very small. Like I have seen 3 kg of plastic.
The plastic problem may not have a specific or direct impact on the vultures, but it impacts the ecosystem as a whole. Speaking of ecosystems, the one we are in right now is very interesting. It may look bone dry, but when you look closely, you find signs of life. Bone fragments don't mean just vultures. It can also mean another animal that is also unjustly blamed. If you haven't guessed who I'm talking about, I am talking about the striped hyena, who in this location share their habitat with the vultures. And looks like we have just found a hyena's den.
There's like 6-7 pieces there. So this is not their active den right now.
Not their active.
Yes, this used to be their den, but they will utilize this den after this, you can say, season. So this is not their winter den.
Just like vultures, hyenas too scavenge on dead animals for food. And despite both of them being the cleaning crews of the world, both of them have a negative public image. Vultures have a lot of neighbors and they generally have a peaceful relationship with all of them. Well, most of them. The Bonnelly Beagle is one such peaceful neighbor. But it is also an animal that could potentially pose a threat to vulture chicks. And while I was busy searching for animals or at least signs of animals, Shane was looking at plants, and nothing could prepare us for what he was about to find.
Carnivorous plant. It's eating ants.
There's little suckers at the bottom. And look at that. Oh, wow. Wait, is it visible through this?
The Drosera brumani, a carnivorous plant that feeds on small insects like ants and other invertebrates. And even though that it is known that these plants are found in this part of India, actually finding one in the wild is an amazing feeling. And if Shane wasn't here, we definitely would have missed it.
Comparing it to the... Wow, damn. So huge, so huge.
You just the guy does not to worry.
Wow.
So you need to give the jerk of this. You will hear like vultures sounding when they flutter. Exactly just like this.
Yeah, it sounds like that.
The next phase of our journey was a little weird. Stay with me, you will see what I'm talking about. We took a short detour through a rocky, mountainous scrubland to see something different. And by different, I mean mysterious.
क्या इसी गांव में रहते हो क्या?
कौन?
ये आप?
हाँ।
कहाँ पर?
अरे इधर ही उधर गांव है ना हमारा।
आपने बहुत देखा होगा फिर ये।
हाँ?
बहुत सारे जानवर देखे होंगे यहाँ पे।
हाँ बहुत सारे देखे।
कभी देखा आमने सामने आया कोई जानवर?
हाँ तेंदुआ आया था बस।
तेंदुआ सामने देखा था।
आराम से लाइए।
The route wasn't the easiest, but it was definitely fun. So right now we are walking down this canyon-like structure which is caused by the river eroding this place for maybe thousands of years. This is our guide Rohit Kohl who knows the landscape in and out. And after walking for a while, this is what we found. We found these cave paintings on the wall. Who made them? We don't know. How old are they? We don't know. We also found these handprints at various places. They seem to depict various things like people, animals, animal husbandry, archery. Some even looked like warfare. I would really love to know the history behind this. I think the bigger mystery is what are these paintings doing randomly inside a remote village in central India, and how much do we actually know about them? We also found this amber-like rock, not sure if it is actually amber. Another weird thing that we found here were these rocks that look wet and it looks like some sort of liquid is dripping on it, but even that is completely dry. If anyone has any idea what this is, please let me know. Rohit and the locals revere this site and have some interesting beliefs about it. You are not allowed to talk loudly here, touch the paintings or even point a finger towards them.
वहाँ पे कुछ हो जाए तो वो जो उसके वहाँ पे वो दिख रहे थे ना मक्खी वो उनके रक्षक है।
हाँ अच्छा मधुमक्खी।
हाँ।
आपको कुछ पता है किसने बनाया?
अरे मुझको तो नहीं पता किसने बनाया है ये नहीं मालूम होगा बहुत पुराना।
Moving back to vultures. Now we were tracking a very special type of behavior that would lead us to an iconic moment. That is, a column of vultures flying very close to the ground. We followed it while maintaining a safe distance to not disturb the vultures. There were so many of them flying so close to the ground. Our second big sign, finding vultures nearby with their wings open. There it is, the feeding frenzy, finding vultures feeding on a carcass. And among all of them, there is one vulture that stands out. Even a large bird like the Himalayan griffin is dwarfed by this guy. The world's largest true vulture, the cinereous vulture. It is one of the world's largest and heaviest flying birds. And in this arena, the cinereous vulture is king. The vultures fight with each other, but none of them even dare to mess with the cinereous vulture. But even the cinereous vulture is no match to a new enemy that is invading their territory. For now, the vultures look safe, but that won't last for long. After eating, the vultures open up their wings to sunbathe. This helps them not only regulate their temperature, but also reduce parasites and bacteria and also dry their feathers after a messy meal. Something has disturbed the vultures. Looks like the new enemy has spotted them. A free-ranging dog. A growing threat to the already dwindling vulture population. Rising populations of free-ranging dogs have caused massive ecological imbalances across the forests of India. Finding feral dogs here in direct competition with the vultures is a very disheartening scene. After a nearly 90% drop in their population, something like this will only make their recovery even more difficult. After the dogs left the location, something wholesome happened. A family of Egyptian vultures came there to eat the leftovers. The white ones are the adults, whereas the dark and the brownish ones are the juveniles. Among all the vulture species that we see, behaviorally, these ones are the most interesting. The way they interact with each other is actually fun to watch. It is interesting to see the vulture children staying with the parents much after they leave the nest.
Like many forests in India, dogs here are a very big problem. So a lot of places where we went, we see that vultures are trying to eat, and the dogs come, they bark, they drive them away, they don't let them eat. It's sad because dogs were not always a part of this habitat, and now with dogs entering this habitat because of humans, it's become difficult for the natural population to survive. And it's bears, jackals, hyenas, all of them find it really difficult to survive because, well, dogs are taking over the habitat. And it's not the dog's fault either, it's people's fault. We bring these animals here and we sort of abandon them.
Nitish has been working to educate the locals about the vulture population. Educating people about alternatives to diclofenac that are non-toxic to vultures. Hopefully his efforts will pay off in the long run. Tomorrow is going to be our last day here. I genuinely hope for something positive to happen. Outside our window we could hear a pack of jackals howling. People generally associate this with bad luck or even demons. But that is quite unfair because jackals are beautiful animals with strong family bonds. And even if they weren't, they wouldn't deserve the stigma. Before we head out for our last vulture watch, Shane here is making a record of the leaves we've seen. Looks like even the babblers here are come to bid us a farewell. After the last unfortunate sight, we really hope for something positive. A small win maybe.
So we come here and there are the vulture nests. We can view them from a safe distance without disturbing them.
We hope for positivity, and positivity is what we found. Vulture parents nesting and preparing the next generation of vultures. We also got to see this vulture parent taking care of its young. Amidst all of this, there was this one vulture chick trying to take its first flight. Its future is uncertain. It may fly, it may fall. All it has is hope. Much like us in the field of conservation, who are trying to protect this beautiful biodiverse world with all odds stacked against us. Right now you can see the dumbest vulture we've seen in this video. accidentally tries to enter someone else's nest and gets driven out. This last clip that I added was very unnecessary, but I still went ahead with it. Because unlike sparrows, vultures are not cute enough to demand public sympathy or attention. This video was my attempt to show vultures outside their one-dimensional perception. Because in a world filled with beauty viewed from a human lens, where cute animals take the spotlight, vultures force us to face the uncomfortable truth. The underlying dirty work that is conveniently ignored or ignorantly vilified, the dirty work that keeps our environment clean and ecosystem healthy, is done by vultures, yet they are perceived negatively. A world without vultures would be catastrophically marked by disease outbreak, rotting carcasses and environmental pollution. So vultures do deserve the love, care and respect we are capable of showing. Having said that, I'm glad that people like Nitish are working on field for the vulture conservation. Ending this video on a positive note because I think there is still hope for us.